Hello, hello. Welcome to Hanging at INTI HQ. I will be your host today, Andrew Singleton, producer here at INTI CREATES. And we are here for none other than Majogami, our newest full-fledged 2.5D action platformer. We have a new demo available for the Steam Next Fest this week. So I wanted to show it off a little bit. If you were here yesterday, appreciate you coming back. But if it's your first time this week, then we have got something for you. So we are showing off Majogami, where you will control the protagonist Shiroha, a witch who has lost her memory through the nightmare world of Orchestra. There's all sorts of papercraft enemies for you to cut through, and it's a lot of fun. But I want to show off the trailer a bit first, so you get a feel for what the game is going to be like. So let's take a look at the Majogami trailer.
INTI CREATES 30th Anniversary Project. Majogami. Presenting papercraft character action. Shiroha finds herself in a nightmare world with only her father, Shiori, turned into a mere slip of paper and no memories of her own. Her weapon is her katana, Kamikiri. Setsuna allows her to slice with godlike speed and move with complete freedom. Standing in her way is Aradia, who turns the mad craft witches against her.
Majogami Shiroha! Majogami Aradia!
Consumed by their obsessions, the craft witches will not allow Shiroha to escape. Even the girl Shiroha saved attacks her in a terrifying transformation. As the battles heat up, the craft witches unleash their most powerful attacks, which Shiroha can push back with her Setsuna attack. On top of the craft witches, the witch Maxi also suspects Shiroha for her sister's disappearance. Each encounter brings back faint memories of Shiroha's past. The Astrals lend Shiroha their strength for powerful transformations. overcome the cruel world of orchestra, restore Shiroha's memories, and return to her world intact. Papercraft character action. Majogami. The story of one girl who cuts gods like paper. INTI Creates.
All right, there's a good look at Majogami. Got my eyes on the chat here today. We're watching on Twitch and YouTube, so if you're in there, just let me know and I can answer your questions. I see lots of comments on the trailer. Really appreciate the love. A lot of care and effort taken into Majogami for sure. But in Majogami, you're gonna play as Shiroha, like I mentioned. She has her katana Kamikiri, who cuts through the papercraft enemies of the world. They'll especially be using your Setsuna attack, which will let you warp to and slice through enemies in a very quick manner, one after the other a lot of the time. We'll be seeing a lot of that in the demo coming up. Why is it called character action? Well, that's a good question. Character action, because there's actually quite a few different fighting styles you'll have access to through your transformations. You'll unlock new abilities, and let me tell you, there are lots of cool characters in the game. But yeah, that was kind of my interpretation of it for the tagline. Alright, so in Majogami, you're traveling through the world of orchestra, which is kind of a dark paper world, kind of storybook, paper play style. And unfortunately, Shiroha has lost her memories, but she has met up with her father, who has helps her out a little bit. But let's take a look at Shiroha. So she has, she's a young witch, but she attacks with her sword that was received from her father. Yeah, so she'll have a few magical abilities, and she'll get some more from her friends she meets along the way. As you progress through the story, you'll find items called Ricart that will help her restore her memory, so you can learn more about the background of the world and her story. So that is kind of the main driving force there. But you know, she's not alone. She has her father at her side, which after they've been long apart, but they've made an interesting reunion. That he's unfortunately been turned into this slip of paper, but he has his memories, so hopefully he can help Shiroha remember a little bit about herself, and they'll have lots of conversations over the course of the game, and he'll even help you out a little bit by acting as a shield. Yeah, the online leaderboard, I'll talk a bit about that later, but yeah, there will be a scoring system for that leaderboard. And of course, you know, you're not going to be traveling unopposed. The forces of the Craft Witch are led by the Craft Witch Aradia, who seems to have some kind of grudge against Shiroha that she doesn't quite know about, unfortunately, because she's lost her memories. But Aradia will be aligning the Craft Witches against you, and each one of them has her own dark obsession that twists their personality and soul, that informs their abilities that they're going to use against you in battle. Very tense boss battles, and should be quite a fun challenge. Yeah, that's a little bit about the game, and we've got plenty to show off in the demo, so I'll just go ahead and start the gameplay. Lots of questions. Yeah, I'm gonna get to those in a second. So why the games this year didn't get English dubs. Unfortunately, we love English dubs, but it's not always feasible for lots of reasons, time, money, effort. But it just didn't quite make sense this year, but it's always a consideration going forward. Move this down a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad you appreciate the dubs we've done, especially Card and Seal. That was a massive undertaking. So it's definitely appreciated, and love to hear the voices of people who enjoy that. Hopefully a consideration for the future. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any plans for a US or physical release outside of Asia at the moment. We always need a partner for those, because we're not able to do that ourselves because we don't have a physical presence outside of the country. So we're always looking for one, and this time has not worked out yet. We'll never say never. But like I mentioned, the Japanese version, something I mentioned, will have English, and it's region free, so feel free to play that one. You have my blessing. So in the demo available here on Steam, we have a beginner's course which will run us through the tutorial, and the challenger's course once you're finished that to get a little bit more teeth into the game. So let's start with the beginner's course. You get a nice bit of the intro of the story here. It's very lovingly crafted, great presentation, voice acting. So yeah, there's a demo on Steam, and then there's also a demo on Switch 1 and 2. It's a bit of an older version, so there's only a tutorial on that one. This we were able to add a little bit more into the Steam demo this time. I already pre-ordered, thank you. Very, very appreciated.
この忌まわしい記憶をだけどまだまだ君の刃は今回も僕には届かないさ。
Find out about that for a while, I suppose.
さあ旅の終わりの時さ。君の記憶を現実にルルディデアに返すわけにはいかない。
Doing the dubs, so we're always wanting to do it, but yeah, it can be a bit of a challenge, because we're only here in Japan and have to orchestrate everything ourselves, especially if we want a large English cast. Will it be on GeForce Now? That's a good question. If I remember, GeForce Now, like, do we have to like apply for that or something? You know, I've never looked into it. We have Shooter High here, we've got control of her. You have a nice 3-hit combo with your katana. You can even get a couple hits in the air. Nice dash. Here's where we get to the main attraction, Setsuna. If you press RT, the right trigger, depending on your controller, you will do this rather quick dash and slash attack right towards the enemies, which you can even chain. You have a little momentum after you go through them. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. It costs you a little bit of MP, your magic papers, and it also has this neat property of having 3 different stances that will activate depending on your position relative to the enemy, which we'll definitely get into. That's a pretty crucial element of the game. Just the RT, you just fly right up there and you get quite a bit of speed when you do that too. And you can use that and beat up on the bosses. Make sure you get a few hits. A regular attack, so you get your paper back. Keep that gauge up.
Majogami Aradia!
これは一人ぼっちの少女の物語。
The story begins.
彼女の瞳が映すのは果たして絶景か荒涼か。
We have our esteemed storyteller here. You recognize the voice of Masuko Nozawa, who's a very talented and revered voice actress here in Japan. We're very happy to have her for our storyteller. She gives a nice atmosphere to it. Love the moody atmosphere. Very, it's like the sparse enemies. It's very, very nice. It's a bit different feel than a lot of our other games like Gunvolt, which is a lot more, I would say, upbeat maybe? Not upbeat, but a little bit more maximal. Yeah, no, she's very, very veteran. It was definitely a big deal. But she was very happy to help, and she seemed to enjoy it. I had even a little interview with her, and you can find on the Majogami website. Translated So we got Dear Dad here. You would think she'd be a little bit more doubtful of her. This slip of paper calling himself her dad. So she's lost her memories. But I guess that's what happens when you're amnesiac. You don't really have anything else to go on. They buy all INTI releases across all platforms. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. Yeah, I'd like to see more live streams. Yeah, I think that would be really fun. I wanted to do that. Had some. I haven't been in the office for a while because I had a second child, but I'll definitely do more of them in the future. Now that I'm back in office full time. Yeah, the scrolling shadows are really cool. They show who's talking to, which is nice. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Just hijack the channel to stream other games. Yeah, I had my way. I'd just be playing speed power gun bike every other week. Well, thank you, thank you. その手に持っているものを使え。それはただの棒や杖ではない。私が愛用していた。紙切り。記憶が。そうだ。それを使えば戦えるはずだ。I'd love to see Galgun with some English voice acting. It's always just, you know, it's hard to justify the costs, especially for older games, but it's always a consideration. あなた、お姉ちゃんは救世主様？救世？それが僕の名前？待て待て、どうしてそうなる？しっかりしろしろは。お嬢さん、お初にお目にかかる。私はしおり、この子は白羽だ。救世主でもなんでもない。I know Gunbike was like on a PlayStation Classic on I think PS3. I don't think we even still buy that anymore. Yeah, Gal Gunbike, we're ready. The people demand it. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, we have the digital versions, but yeah, the Japanese release, physical release for Majogami should be pretty appealing, as it's going to be a full on-cartridge game, no key card. So you get that whole thing on Switch 2, which is a bit of a rarity right now. And here we go. On to the tutorial stage. We have Divine Constellations, which we will charge up with using Setsuna. And then we'll be able to transform, which are pretty big game changers in Majogami, which we'll show off pretty soon. Yeah, there are various pickups you can get your MP back, get your HP back, and there's even money, the Konoha, that you'll pick up and you can spend at the shop, which will be very useful for getting restorative items, unlocking new abilities, and getting charms, which are equipment items you use to power up a Shidohan. Yeah, we know our fans definitely want the games on the physical cartridges, so we did not want to compromise by releasing a key card. So we've got the full thing on there. Get the item. You pick up the treasure chest. Important to get those money. So we have quite a few transformations. There's even a couple of them available in the demo. I'll show off. Classic drop down through the thin platforms here. Some more money. Yeah, it's a lot of mix of platforming and action sequences in Majogami, and you'll see these magic sigils will help you get through a lot of areas in the game. Sometimes you'll even be able to get through without them if you use the Setsuna ability to maximum effect. But we'll take it easy and do it the easy way. It's really satisfying when you have these chains of enemies here. I need to be a little careful with my MP though. Okay. Oh, is there an item? There not. See if we can't show off our first transformation sequence here. Let's try the Astral Sirius. So you notice specialty stance horizontal is pretty important. You'll do a little bit extra damage and that gets you more MP back if you can manage the horizontal Setsuna attack. So once you transform, you'll get an extra MP, which is always nice. And your gauge will go down and you'll transform back to normal once that's finished, but it takes, you get a decent amount of time in the transformation. Yeah, definitely defeat enemies with the specialty stance, the horizontal on Sirius here. And then you get a double jump, which is always appreciated. Definitely increase the action that you're able to do. Defeat all these enemies to progress. Oh. So yeah, Setsuna is definitely the core mechanic. There'll be a few other attacks you'll get, and different enemies will respond to different of your transformations too. So you also have these cursed mist enemies who will need a particular stance to break through their shield. So you have to be careful about which direction you're approaching them at. Actually, you can even change how this works a little bit in the settings. The angles that you're at. This is horizontal, diagonal, and this last one vertical, which is a little bit harder to get at. But you also have the triple Setsuna, which will get all three at once if you charge it up a little bit. It'll take a little bit of time, in which of course you'll be vulnerable while you're charging it up, but for sure, surefire to get through those shields. So it's pretty useful. Like that, so even the vertical is a little tough. I can get under him right there. Get him right for sure. It's a nice to have a sure thing. Yeah, so the angle matters. Normally, if you watch, you can see. So you can see there's like a break in the circle around them on the target. And it'll change depending on where you are. Right now it's on the side. You can't get around the other side. But see that circle, that little break there, will rotate around. Yeah, diagonal. Oh, I got horizontal though. Everybody can see there. So it has a few different things, especially depending on your transformation. But you disable the vocal track. I don't think so. Let's see. Yeah, so the music is actually sung by the Astral themselves. the voice actor or actress for the ones whose transformation you use. It's not that you aim for the break so much as the break is showing you where you are currently aiming. If that makes sense. Ah, I see. Well, at least the transformation is optional. You don't have to transform. Listen to the music a bit longer. Unlike the Kudos songs, I guess would automatically go. Yeah, then again, if you're looking for a high score, you probably want to transform. I think I forgot to mention the little topic seedlings you can pick up inside the treasure chests. Those will unlock side conversations with your allies, which can get you, obviously get you background on the game, on the characters and lore, but also can even earn you some equipment and things like that. Let's see, so I wasn't looking at Twitch chat. Welcome, welcome. Odin Sphere vibes. Yeah, like I think it's kind of a similar. But obviously it's dark like that, but also like the fact that all the art was done kind of like hand drawn and then animated on top of the game gives it a very distinct look. I think Odin Sphere and Vanillaware games also tend to have that look, very hand drawn look. Yes, there is equipment called charms, and you'll be able to equip those once you unlock the shop. So yeah, boss battles. Obviously, they'll have stages that you'll go through, and they'll have their final attack at the end. Very nice, clear system. Sure, stay away from that. Big system. Yes. There's also hard mode, easy mode. The things you'll see in the final version of the game. Here's an important daddy shield. You can summon Shiori to protect you for not even temporary. There's no gauge or anything. At least on the standard difficulty mode. They're a bit more limited if you decide to play hard. This is an impenetrable barrier, which is quite nice. Try to answer as many questions as I can and not get too beat up in the game at the same time. The new card and sale content will indeed be dubbed in English. Stray laser. Yeah, we should use my transformation. Get back into it. Just love having the double jump. So useful. Here it comes. I misclashed it yesterday. With these final noxious hell flame attacks, you can clash with them and push them back. You have to do it from the right timing and the right angle. There we go. Yeah, so you can get a counter strike. It's very useful. Get extra, recharge your meters and all that good stuff. And also very cool looking. Yeah, the new card and sale content should be You should not notice any inconsistencies there. Oh no! The shield on. Diagonal stance. There we go. There we go. Cut right through. Yeah, they don't make you match too hard, thankfully. Maybe on hard mode you have to get up the your tough techniques, but probably not. Alright, so that's the tutorial stage, the beginner's course, as it were. Let's take on the challenger's course next. A little bit more challenging. See a new transformation too. Yeah, definitely check out the demo. If you can't get to it during the Steam Fest, that's fine too. We'll be leaving it up, so you don't have to worry about playing it this week or anything. The beast awaits in the woods. Any word on development of the GB3 Copen mode? I don't have anything like really concrete to say about it, but it is progressing. Do not worry. We're in a creepy forest. Some tougher enemies this time. These guys wouldn't just go down in one sets in a slice, if I remember. Yeah, have a little bit more health than that. To weaken them up a little bit first. Oh no! I need both mushrooms. Sometimes I have a shield. Which direction is that? Oh no, so this shield you actually need to hit him a few times before you're able to break through the shield. You combo him a little bit. Alright, Pollux is ready. Oh yeah, get that another topic seedling. Yeah, we're definitely always consider, whenever it makes sense to make 3D games. You notice there are a lot of 3D effects in Majogami this time, even if the main character sprites and like boss enemies are 2D. I think the 3D actually looks really good here too. Okay. Nice blending of the styles. The green screen. Is there something on the showing up funny on the stream? Yeah, on the Gunvolt trilogy. To be honest, that was like a definitely Japan-centered release that I was personally pushing for them to release in English as well. So it was kind of, it wasn't even a given that it was going to come out like on Steam and everything at all. I just wanted to make sure everyone had the option of having those new features. Yeah, I would have loved to go back and do some dubs for 1 and 2, but I don't think that would have been feasible, unfortunately. These guys need to slice it from the back. They're kind of mean, nasty. There we go. Tiny white. Oh yeah, that's probably something from the green screen. helpful little signs that pop up. You can attack and get to these platforms. Maybe it's time to show off Pollux's transformation. So she's got a diagonal stance. So yeah, now this is actually a leveled up version of the transformation. So it doesn't actually consume your gauge, and you can increase it even further to get to the next stage of transformation, astralization. Which is a pretty different beast, I would say. Yeah, I know. It's definitely a departure for us to have the 2D on 3D. But yeah, they did a lot of work to make it blend in and look very good. Subs awesome. Alright, then we get the second level, the astralization, and the song becomes a duet. Very, very cool. So these are actually pretty different. Change a lot of your attacks. So you get a bow now, so you fire arrows. You fire them pretty rapidly too, and you can even send them up and down by holding a direction, and that will of course charge your MP. So it's very, very useful to get that at a distance too. You can charge up your bow to hit several enemies and even restrain them for a little bit. Yeah, it's a duet with Shiroha. A lot of fun. Different versions of all the astral songs. So you get a bit of a lock on. You can get 3 of those, and then you get a fun little dodge roll to. You can actually dodge through attacks with this mode. Slam those. That's fun. Alright. The charge up and the dodge roll. So you can see we get restrained them a little bit. It's an infinite air dash too, which is really nice. And you fit at double jumps as well. You really just go all out once you get these transformations. Like that. And there's that stage. So in the full version of the game, these actually, whenever you go to finish these stages, you actually go to back to the world map, and there'll be like several of these before the boss of any given world. And you'll take this time, you can go to the shop, buy some restorative items, or change your equipment. Not for the demo, they just send you from one stage to the next. And the beast appears.
やっと外に出られた。
なんだ、我々を飲み込んでいた獣が小さくなっていくぞ。どうやら 拙者から力を奪うことで巨大化していたようだな。こやつの名はペティット。この世界を支配する野獣の魔女神。
The huge monster, Petite. Why are the bosses so mean? Just how they are. It's in their nature. They're all consumed by their obsession. That's what happens when you let yourself get consumed, I suppose. Eating everyone. Yeah, if you recognize the character designs from Blaster Master Zero, the illustrator for that series is actually the director here. He did most or all of the character designs and a lot of the character artwork in the games. A very interesting, unique style. You have like a beast, mushroom, girl. She has like little mushroom feet. Mushroom hat. But he's also like some kind of wolf monster. Yeah, the mushroom feet are interesting. Get in there. Get rid of these things. There we go. Enough. Oh no, I got wall knocked. She's pretty nasty. Need more attention. I need to destroy these mushrooms or else she's gonna get that shield again. The DVD logo, yeah. The transformation or my double jump. And we're bouncing. No shield for you. Transformation. Let's go. No. Boing boing. Big attack this time. Get the platform going. This song does not seem appropriate for this battle, but that's what happened. Alright, let's see if we can clash here. There we go. Twirl again, a little bit of mash. There we go. Should get a nice little taunting lines for doing that. Actually, let me get like the next level astralization. You could actually skip these if you get tired of watching it. I think it's cool. Watch it for right now. Oh no. I tried to dodge roll through that. Shield. Speed up this time. Horizontal there. Got the ultimate charged up. Use it. Oh, no. That's the wrong button. Alright, now she's on her final bar. Use the Celestial Serenade, the ultimate attack. She's invulnerable right now. Have to wait. Dash one more time. One more. There we go. Go. Alright, no. Let her have it. Celestial Serenade. What a fantastic idea. And that's that. Yahoo! Curtain call. Yeah, so we have lots of fun options. Transformations, power-ups, all sorts of stuff. So that's the demo. That's the challenger stage right there. Thanks for watching that. If you have any more questions, we'll be got 10 more minutes or so. So feel free to type them in the chat. We can just chill out a little bit. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the full version of the game. So right now you can pre-order Majogami on Steam for 10% off of the $24.99 retail price, and as an exclusive pre-order bonus, you'll get a bonus album of music from the game with all background tracks. So if you're having trouble listening to those because you keep transforming, you can get those on the soundtrack on Steam. Yeah, it's a little bit powered up from the Switch demo. We added an extra stage in there. You know, people were a little bit concerned about the volume of the game, but we have lots in store in the full version. There'll be, like I mentioned, there's actually a character or a stage select screen you'll be going to. There's a bunch of stages, over 35 stages in just the story of the game. That doesn't even include the challenge stages that go through the end, unlock after the end of the game. Yeah, but there will be 30 more of those, plus more challenge stages that unlock. We'll be releasing over the course of the year after release. Those will have online leaderboards as well. So yeah, there'll be score attack on those online leaderboards. To see a little more details about that once we get close to release, I think, but or post-release. You'll have new abilities you'll unlock through the store and treasure chests. So there'll be even more actions available for you in the full game. You'll have equipment in the form of charms. And yeah, and the story is actually pretty significant. It's over 8 hours of voice acting in the game, so there's a lot of story to get through. Some of it is will be in those side conversations, those topic seedlings you pick up, but it's all good stuff with a very colorful cast of characters. Is the Switch 2 going to get the same Steam demo later? I'm not sure. I don't, unless something has changed. I think they don't let you update the demos anymore, unfortunately. Our Steam does not mind if you update it, like they do on Nintendo. Sadly. Oh, on the PC demo, if you can't adjust the resolution, you can actually, if you want full screen, you can hit F11, and if you want to swap the resolution, you hit F10, and it will rotate through the resolution options. So just give that a try. Unfortunately, that didn't. Yeah, the settings screen is not in the demo, but that'll be obviously available for the full release, so no worries. Yeah, anything y'all like to ask? Feel free, just chat a little bit. Let's see what else. So the game's still available on Steam, Switch 1 and Switch 2 for pre-order. So if you want interested in the Switch platforms, it's on both of those. I do want to point out, it's not as you might expect, like a Switch 2 edition. It's actually a full Switch 2 release, so there's no like upgrade pack to buy. So be careful about which version you get on Switch 1 or Switch 2. Make sure you're ready to commit. But yeah, it's pretty exciting to have a full-fledged Switch 2 game coming out. Yeah. Do the puzzles too well. I wonder what kind of puzzles. I mean, there'll be platforming sections. But yeah, there's an easy mode if you have trouble with some of the sections of the game. And I feel like once you transform and astralize, you get like infinite double jumps, infinite jumping. So it should make most of the platforming not too hard once you unlock all that. Do you think we're going to return to US events? We're definitely looking into it. We'd definitely love to get to some events next year. It's been a little harder lately, just with the state of everything. But it's gonna depend on lots of factors. Let's see. I feel like I missed something. The character. Oh yeah. Alrighty, I've been surrounded by the characters. We got a very lovely cast for this game. Any more games for 2026? Oh, we definitely have things coming down the pipeline. We're trying to take it one at a time right now, but it shouldn't be too much longer before we can announce our next exciting project. What the achievements will be like? That's a good question. I'm sure there will be something for achievement hunters on Steam. Enjoy that. Yeah, Anime NYC. We always enjoyed going to Anime NYC. It's just, I understand why they moved it to the summer, but that makes it so much harder to get to for us, unfortunately. I think it's like it's like in the same 2-week period. It's like Anime NYC, PAX West? Yeah, PAX West, and I think Gamescom is like the next week too. It's a packed week. Was the online co-op for Servants is still coming. It is not canceled. Hopefully we can announce the date for that very soon. But yeah, it's taking a lot longer than we wanted. Very, very sorry for that. Yeah, Anime NYC is a lot of fun. For sure. But it was nice to have a convention we can go to in the winter too. But it is no longer the case, I wonder what is like. All the conventions, they all happen like within 4 or 5 months in the summer, it feels like. But yeah, PAX West would be nice to get back to. Anime Expo, definitely in consideration. New Galgun? Oh man, would love to do that. But we're always looking to do a new Galgun. You know, it can be tough these days. Also, there's all sorts of stuff we wanna make. I'd love to go to TGS one day. Yeah, you should definitely come to TGS. It was big this year, for sure. A lot of people there, and it's going to be 5 days next year. So yeah, if you get a chance, we had a very nice big booth this year, and I'm sure we'll have a nice one next year. But definitely be prepared for a lot of people. Brave the crowds there at TGS. We found out about Gunvolt at Too Many Games in 2015. That's crazy. That was even before I worked here. Well, that's awesome though. Yeah, that's why we really like going to conventions. Lots of new faces, people can learn about our games. Yeah, it's gonna be 5 days. So 2 days, it's probably still gonna be 2 days, business days, maybe 3 public. It's kind of how Gamescom is. But yeah, no, we'll always beat TGS, and there's also Bit Summit, which is a indie game event in Kyoto in the summer that we love to go to. That's a lot of fun. And definitely smaller crowds there. I'd recommend that highly. You always see interesting games there. Be INTI character cosplay, yeah. I'd love to see that. Yeah, definitely another thing I miss about events we haven't been in a while, seeing people cosplay our characters. It's always so cool. Come to Brazil, oh yeah. That would be fun. I wonder what kind of that would definitely be a challenge logistically. So we have our booth set up as in a warehouse in North America. Brave the heat, yeah. Yeah, Kyoto summer is pretty rough. Pretty rough, at least we're inside. Yeah, we'll try to get more advanced notice on the streams when we can. I'm glad you were able to make it this time though. Appreciate it. Cosplay Jason Fronek. Ah, that's cool. That would be very awesome. All right, probably about to wrap it up. We just got a couple more minutes, but I want to say thank you for everyone for coming and watching the stream. Definitely get out there, try the Majogami demo on your platform of choice. Consider pre-ordering. You know, I won't tell you. I'm not going to twist your arm, but would be very much appreciated. I think you won't be disappointed with Majogami. It's a very, very cool game. There'll be a lot of content there. So please give it a try. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out to the stream. Tell all your friends. So, this has been Hanging at INTI HQ with Andrew Singleton. I will see you next time. Have a good one.